right. So I'm back already. Shout out to whoever left the comment. Somebody left the comment. They said that I won't be able to ease up off of the live streams, off of the videos, because the dog nuttery does not stop. It just doesn't stop. Now, there is a new viral video that surfaced. Was it today? I think today, yesterday. Shout out to everybody able to join. Nikki, I see you. Atlas, Laura. And I invited these people. You remember Ilana Reisner. I believe I'm pronouncing her name right. Ilana Reisner. Ms. Reisner, I sent you a tweet and I informed you that I'm going to talk about an article that you wrote. This is the article right here, titled Preventing Dog Bites in Children, Motivations and Myths. Now I want to deal specifically with things that you wrote or said in here, so I took a screenshot of them. This is one of the statements. I want to hold your information up to a dog attack that took place, I believe, a day or so ago. Okay, because you are the experts. You're the ones who's supposed to tell us why dogs attack children. You have a PhD, so people expect for you to know what you're talking about. I'm saying right here, right now, that you don't. And none of the other so-called professionals, you don't know what you're talking about. We are the dog attack investigators here, right on this channel. We have the answers. We have the footage. So I want to hear from you. Ilana Reisner, you wrote this. You said preschool children can be impulsive, fast-moving, loud, and oblivious to a dog lying nearby. Okay, this is the part where you wanted to explain or tried to explain why dogs attack children. You said children can be impulsive, fast-moving, loud, and oblivious to a dog lying nearby. You said they're most likely to do things to the dog, such as hugging, holding the dog's head, or disturbing a sleeping or resting dog, yet are still too young to follow safety instructions reliably. Ms. Reisner, that is false. It literally has never happened. This has never preceded a dog attack, not any of the attacks that have been reported. She continued, she said, like toddlers, preschoolers are most likely to be bitten by the family pet. Now listen, I took this out because the child in this video that surfaced is a preschooler. This is not a toddler. She continued, she said, because preschool age children, because they're more independent than toddlers, supervision by caregivers is often less consistent. Therefore, inappropriate interactions can occur in spite of supervision. In fact, several studies have reported that children who are bitten by dogs they know are most often bitten in the presence of parents, or in other words, that is an admission that supervision does not prevent an attack. Okay, so we're going to see if what she wrote here is true or not. You also might remember Josie F. Turner, who wrote this piece in Animal Wise, where she decided to tell us and inform the public of why dogs attack children. She said communication errors. You should always watch children with dogs. Otherwise, there's a high probability that poor communication will end with a bite. She said people tend to trust dogs a lot. They've never shown aggression. However, dogs speak in a different language, a specific body language that even adults blah, blah, blah. She continued. She said, children are still experiencing cognitive abilities such as perception, attention, and memory, which will not develop fully until about 6 years old, making them vulnerable to misunderstandings. Listen to how she's wording this nonsense. Before an attack, the dog sends us a series of warning signals, such as showing their teeth or growling. All this tells us the dog feels uncomfortable enough to attack. These signs are obvious to us, but not children who believe that this is a game. She said the children believe that this is a game. So she's going on about warning signs that you see. That is a lie. These people, they are so incompetent that their license should be revoked. Their degrees should be taken. There's no reason why people like this should be given any type of credentials. She continued. She said, these are some of the negative behaviors in children towards dogs: staring at the dog, pouncing on the dog, pulling the tail, pulling the ear, pestering the dog, not letting the dog rest, shouting, hugging tightly, putting their fingers in their mouth or ears. Now, mind you, any child that does this was taught to do it by the parent. Children will not touch a dog unless they're taught to do so. Okay, but we're going to see if what they wrote here in Animal Wise is true or not. So we have two different perspectives. One from Miss Reisner, the other from Animal Wise. She also said unpleasant experiences. She said children are often very invasive. Y'all remember when I shared this? Children are often very invasive, something that not all dogs are able to understand and respect. So the dog can't understand a child being invasive, and the dog can't respect it, but the dog gets to invade your personal space all at once. It's basically what she's saying. For them, they are small beings who scream and can even get hurt. This is when a negative association begins to take place. She is really babbling in this goofy article. If in addition to the child acting in an invasive way, we should not scold the dog. Listen to this. Y'all remember I shared this nonsense. The dog begins to associate the child as something unpleasant and something bad, increasing the dog's stress levels, causing them to flee. So how do you prevent a dog attack? Well, it's essential for adults to always be present. It does not matter if we have full confidence in our 10-year-old dog. Sometimes a finger in the eye, age problems, or a moment of hyper excitement from the child can trigger an unexpected response. So as we all know, I had to briefly reiterate it. There are several more sources and articles, several more videos. They say the same thing. I've shared many of them. It's the child. Dogs usually attack children because something the child has done. They have basically said that it's always something that the child has done to the dog. I believe this is well established, people. This is their argument. Okay? Okay. And this is that article. I invited all of these people to this live stream. Some of you may remember this article. I'm going to go ahead and share it. Let you check it out if you want. But these are the so-called experts. And they're telling us why dogs attack children. Another source I'm going to respond to is Pet Backer. Stop dog attacks on kids. Okay, how do you do that? Well, for parents, your kids need to know how to act around dogs. Y'all remember I shared this? Yeah, very offensive, very disrespectful. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all need to stop lying on children. You are very disturbed people to be doing something like that. Your kids need to know how to act. Don't ever approach and or touch dogs that do not seem to have an owner. Listen to these people. She said most children are extremely playful, energetic, and unpredictable. The children are unpredictable, not the dog, but the children. Okay, these are the experts telling us how and why these attacks happen. Unsupervised, untrained stray dogs are the most unpredictable, blah, blah, blah. Common courtesy. Always ask the owner for permission before you pet a dog, okay? Now, I've shared stories of kids asking permission and still being attacked. How to safely approach a dog. The best way for your kids to approach a dog is to let the dog come to them. Do not let your children approach the dog first, as the dog would take it as a sign of aggression or an invasion of personal space. Well, listen, what do you think dogs do? They invade your personal space. They violate your physical person. Why is it okay for dogs to walk up to anybody they want, but nobody can walk up to a dog? So the next time a dog walks up to me, I'm going to bash it in the head because I'm going to feel like that was a threat. Just like the dog takes it as a sign of aggression, so am I. Y'all better get lost with this. These are the experts. Let the dog come up and get familiar with, how about you keep the dog away from the child? How about that? How about that? Let no dog approach. Look, let me not get distracted here. This is what the experts say. How to properly play and pet with the dog. See, everything is, you got to do it right for the dog. You got to do this for the dog. Do that. Behave like this for the dog so it doesn't tear your face off. Man, screw the dog. How about that? Let me keep this PG-13. I'm getting infuriated already. Treating this dog as if it's royalty. Get out of here. As for playing, engaging, they're also so just like humans, it's obvious that dogs will lash out if they get annoyed. Please do not let your kids do any of the following. Drag the dog by its tail, steal the dog's toy, hit the dog, or pretend to hit it, ride the dog like a horse, dress up the dog, handle the dog roughly. These are the reasons why they say dogs attack kids. Okay? So you can probably see why I'm so frustrated and infuriated with these nutters putting out information like this. Now, let's look at the video. Here is the article from Ilana Reisner. Okay, I'm going to share a link to that as well. Now, this video, I believe, surfaced today. Let's see if their great wisdom is seen in this video. I'm going to be very careful, and I'm going to pause it. I'm not going to show the actual bite, but look at this. Okay? Look at this. That's all the child did. Was this a sudden movement by the child? The child did not touch the dog. He did not pull on the dog. This is a confined space, so you can't say that the child got into the dog's personal space. The boy even made sure to maintain distance between himself and the dog. The dog simply looked over, and as soon as it saw the boy, invaded the boy's personal space and attacked him. Okay? See, this is what infuriates me. These people saying that these mutants, these uncivilized, unpredictable, violent, aggressive mutants are always the victims. This is what infuriates me. Who on earth has the nerve to project something that behaves like this as the victim? And they've pretty much written it in stone. They're the victim. Now, this is after the bite. I'm not going to show the actual bite because of YouTube policy. But this is after the bite. Look at this. She just stands there. She tells him that he's faking. And it tried to bite him again. Why? What did the boy do? What did he do the first time? What did he do the second time? And she just walks out. All of you dog behaviorists, why is this dog attacking this boy? No. If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to make sure I expose your lies. All of you so-called professionals with your PhDs, you're all incompetent. We have watched dozens of dog attacks right here on this channel. They were never preceded by a child pulling on the dog's ear or anything like that. They all went down just like this, where a dog is trying to attack everybody it sees. Do y'all think this woman abused this dog? No. I'm going to say no. In fact, I believe that the dog is acting aggressive like this because it feels like the alpha. In other words, this owner, this lady, does not beat on that dog. And I tell you what, the dog might be better behaved if she were to use violence against that dog. Because violence is how dogs communicate to each other. Dogs establish the alpha through fighting, through biting. These creatures use violence as a form of communication. And they're always trying to dominate other living organisms. And you all want to say that these things are always provoked before they attack? And that it's the child, the innocent, harmless children who are the evil ones who provoke these attacks? And I'm sure these behaviorists are going to try their best to bend over backwards to say that something the child did provoked the dog. Those are absolute, flat out, bold-faced lies. Nobody ever does anything to dogs. This is typical dog behavior. To attack, attack, attack randomly. This is how it goes down. This boy tried to pretend like the dog wasn't even there, minding his business, maintaining space, and the dog attacks. So, Ilana Reisner, I sent you a tweet. I told you I'd be talking about you. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to send you, come on, I'm going to send you a link to this live stream right now on Twitter. There we go. Copy link address. Okay, now let me, right? I'll leave it right here. We're talking about you right now. Join us. There we go. This is Dr. Ilana Reisner's Twitter. I left the link to it in the description box. Now, Pet Backer has a Twitter account as well. And they all write a bunch of filth in these articles. Okay? We're talking about your article now. Join us. Now, I left a link to Pet Backer in the description box as well. Who else we got here? Animal Wise. Okay? I want to make sure they all have a link directly to the live stream. Oh man, this is sad. I feel awkward. Basically begging these people to defend the information that they put out. This is so sad. Will any of you respond and defend yourself? Huh? Anyone? Any one of you? Yes? No? As always, we have not seen the things that you say always happen. We didn't see any tail pulling, any invasion of personal space, no violation of the dog, no ear pulling, no hugging. We saw nothing. All we saw was an aggressive dog. And that is always the scenario. In every single dog attack on a child, it happens because the dog wanted to attack the child. Nothing more. Just like when dogs go around killing livestock, and it's pretty crazy. You know, you can Google that anytime you want, and you're going to get a whole lot of stories, recent stories. Just like dogs go around killing livestock for absolutely no reason, just to kill them. They don't eat them. They attack just to attack because they love to see people hurt. They love to see people bleed. They get off on attacking anything living. That's why they attack children. The video footage of all of the attacks prove that. The reports, the doctor reports, and the media reports. Not the doctor, the police reports. The police reports and the media reports all say the same thing. The attacks are always unprovoked. So where are you all getting your information? We get our information directly from the footage, directly from the articles, directly from the police reports. But all of you insist, and this is something that you all insist as a group, because you all say the same things. My question to everyone, all of you behaviorists who have written or said something like this, where are you getting your information from? Wherever you're getting it from, share it with us. We would like to know. And we would like to know why your source is more reliable than the police report, than what we actually see on film. How is your source more reliable than the media reports, than the witnesses? Quite often, the media reports and the police reports are based on eyewitness. So we have 4 sources: witnesses, media, police report, and what else did I say? Police report, media report, eyewitnesses, and the film, the actual footage. Where are you? Where are all of you? Where are you getting your information from? And I can guarantee wherever it's coming from, it's an unreliable source. What I personally believe is that it's coming out of thin air. You all simply make it up. Somebody somewhere, some dog lover somewhere, simply made it up in their mind. And everybody agreed with it. Well, it's not seen on this video. And I tell you what, since this is only one video, share at least 3 links where a child provoked a dog and then the dog attacked. I don't want to see no video where there's an adult behind the camera, because that's 100% the adult's fault, because they're setting it up. I'm talking about footage where it's from a street camera or something like that, where it's not like this, like what you see right here, where the attack unfolded naturally. It's not guided by parents, adults who want to upload another photo or another video of a dog with a child. Kids, these are the creatures that they want so badly for you to be around. Creatures that act like this. It's okay for you to say no. It is okay for you to say no. You don't like the dog. You don't want to be around the dog. Stay away from it. You tell them that you've seen too many dog attacks on the internet and you don't like dogs. Don't take it from me. Just look up the attacks for yourself. So I'm going to keep this short. I just wanted to go over this as breaking news. Okay, this video has gone viral. And I want to give the, quote, experts an opportunity to defend their own words, their own statements. I hope to hear from you. Either one of you. Pet Backer, Animal Wise, Ilana Reisner, or who was the other one? Josie F. Turner. Right? Shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this challenge. We have questions. Andrew, Sylvia, Catherine, Atlas in the building. Chris, shout out to you. Anti-Pause Cause, big shout out to you. And who else? BK Born in the building. I see you. Big shout out to you. Good to see familiar faces as always. Gabriana. And any and everybody else I may have forgotten or missed. Google user. And I hope to see you all back here on the next live stream. Kittens in the building as we continue with this crusade.